See the continuation of the example. Now let us see memory allocation. Memory allocation in C is of two types. First is static memory location, second is dynamic memory location. First is static memory allocation. In the memory allocation in C is of two types. First is static memory allocation, second is dynamic memory allocation. First is static memory allocation. In the memory, if the memory is allocated for various variables during compilation time, then it is called a static memory allocation, and memory allocated cannot be extended and cannot be reduced. It is fixed. See the example. Advantage, efficient execution time. Disadvantage, the memory is allocated during compilation time, hence the memory allocated is fixed and cannot be altered during execution time. Leads to underutilization if more memory is allocated. Leads to overflow if less memory is allocated. Now let us see dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation is the process of allocating memory during runtime execution time. Data structures can grow and shrink to fit changing data requirements. Additional storage can be allocated whenever needed. We can deallocate the dynamic space whenever we done with them. To implementing dynamic memory, the following four functions are used. First is malloc. Allocates requested number of bytes and returns a pointer to the first byte of the allocated space. calloc. Allocates space for an array of elements, initializes them to 0 and then returns a pointer to the memory. Realloc modifies the size of previously allocated space. Previously allocated space. Now let us discuss malloc. Allocates a requested number of bytes and returns a pointer to the first byte of the allocated space. Syntax is as shown in the figure, where ptr is a pointer variable of type data type. Data type can be any of the basic data type or user defined data type. Size is a number of bytes required. See the example. Now let us see calloc. It allocates a contiguous block of memory large enough to contain an array of elements of specified size. So it requires two parameters as number of elements to be allocated and for size of each element. It returns a pointer to first element of the allocated array. See the syntax, where ptr is a pointer variable of type data type. Data type can be any of the basic data type or user defined data type. N is number of blocks to be allocated. Size is number of bytes required. Now let us see realloc. Realloc changes the size of the block by deleting or extending the memory at the end of the block. If memory is not available, it gives complete new block. See the syntax, where ptr is a pointer to a block previously allocated memory either using malloc or calloc. Size is new size of the block. See the example. If enough space doesn't exist in memory of current block to extend, a new block is allocated for the full size of reallocation. Then copies the existing data to a new block and then frees the old block. Fourth is free. This function is used to deallocate or free the allocated block of memory which is allocated by using functions malloc, calloc and realloc. Syntax is as shown in the figure. Note, it is the responsibility of a programmer to deallocate memory whenever not required by the program and initialize ptr to null. Difference between static and dynamic memory allocation. See the table. Now let us see introduction to data structures. Data structure. An implementation of abstract data type is data structure, that is a mathematical or logical model of a particular organization of data is called data structure. A data structure deals with the study of how data is organized in memory so that it can be retrieved and manipulated efficiently. Data structures and its use. The main focus of data structures are the study of how data is organized in the memory, how efficiently data can be retrieved and manipulated, the possible ways in which different data items are logically related. Types of data structures. A data structure can be broadly classified as shown below. See the figure. First is primitive data structure. The data structures that are directly operated upon by machine level instructions, that is the fundamental data types such as int, float, double in case of C, are known as primitive data structures. Now let us see data types and sizes. There are only a few basic or fundamental data types available in C. Char, a single byte capable of holding one character in the local character set. Int, an integer typically reflecting the natural size of integers on the host machine. Float, single precision floating point. Double precision floating point. Wide, does not return any value. Now let us see non-primitive data structure. The data structures which are not primitive are called non-primitive data structures. There are two types of primitive data structures. The non-primitive data types cannot be manipulated by machine instructions. Linear data structures. A list which shows the relationship of adjacency between elements is said to be linear data structure. The most simplest linear data structure is a one-dimensional array, but because of its deficiency, list is frequently used for different kinds of data. Non-linear data structure. A list which does not show the relationship of adjacency between elements is said to be non-linear data structure. Now let us see stacks. A stack is a linear data structure in which an element may be inserted or deleted only at one end, called the top end of the stack. That is, the elements are removed from a stack in the reverse order of that in which they were inserted into the stack. A stack follows the principle of last in first out LIFO system. The various operations that can be performed on stack are as follows: push, inserting an element on the top of the stack; pop, deleting an element from top of the stack; display the contents of stack.